Aries, there is something you are meant to see and discover that if you don't stop and pay attention, you could easily miss. So in my meditation for your energy, I saw you walking on this kind of gooey-like substance, like a gel kind of substance. And it's like your feet were getting stuck and it was all tacky and you could see the gel sticking to the bottom of your feet. And I asked Spirit, why is Aries here? It didn't feel like you were stuck or Spirit was saying you're going to get stuck. It felt like something more significant was about to happen. And Spirit told me in my meditation that you are here because you are meant to see. It's as if something has captivated you for a moment or got you in its grips just for a moment in time to get you to look further. And it feels like you're supposed to look further into this gooey-like substance to see what's going on here, to see what this stickiness is all about. Okay, so we're going to get out cards and figure out what this is all about. But as I was seeing that in my meditation, what came to mind was the Never-Ending Story, the movie, and the very sad scene where the horse gets stuck in this like black tarry-like substance, although that's not what you were in my meditation. But the horse starts to go down, and I was getting this sensation that you're meant to go down with the horse. And so I tried to follow this feeling more, and what I saw was that you go down into this gel-like substance with this horse who's your companion and you've been traveling alongside for a long time, rather than just abandoning the horse and continuing to go forward. You go down with it and it opens up into this beautiful like water, calm ocean, and the horse got wings, and then you were swimming along in this ocean and it felt very freeing. It felt like this is what you needed to see and that you could have missed if you just kept going rather than pausing for a second and considering that you may not be stuck or that something has captivated you and held you in its grip because you're supposed to go further into it. Okay, so again, I'm not sure how this is translating for everyone, but it feels like a spiritual message for sure. It feels like a message of growth and healing and having to take a little bit of a risk. There's also a certain level of patience involved. There's something that pays off if you don't just keep going forward with something. It feels to me you might want to just steamroll through some kind of process or push something to go forward really fast. But Spirit's saying it's almost like you'll get a shortcut if you go down into this sticky situation. Okay? So let's see what Spirit wants to say to you. Oh yeah, and the first thing I got before I even started meditating was one of these things is not like the other. So something could be standing out for you and you need to pay attention to that. It's important. There's a reason why something's standing out in the way that it is. Or if you're trying to figure out what the difference is between things, there is a difference and you need to look at how something is different from the others. Okay? So let's see what this reading is all about, Aries. What's going on for you, Aries? Prudence, self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness with this image of a scales of justice. So this material that this gooey-like substance that your feet are sticking to is asking you to be prudent, to hold your integrity in a difficult situation. So something could be going on where your beliefs, your core self, your authenticity is at stake in a sense. You could just want to keep going forward, plow through something, but Spirit wants you to consider how something aligns with you or not. There's something that you're moving towards or that's trying to get you to move towards it, but it's not, it lacks some integrity in a sense. Okay, and I feel like if you're more prudent with the options that are laid out in front of you. One of these things is not like the other. And you go down into this feeling of like, oh, why is this thing keep coming up? Why do I feel stuck here? If you go down into that feeling or into that situation, then you'll figure something out that will lead to a clear mind and self-assurance. And some kind of justice here too. There's a reward for doing this. Going down with the horse. The horse represents freedom. And I feel like that's it, right? Like the horse is sinking in that scene. And rather than abandoning your freedom and your free spirit and your free will and your integrity, Spirit's saying, go with it. Hold on to your sense of sovereignty. Don't give up on your path and what makes you feel alive, just to get through something or to get somewhere or to appease someone. There's something like that going on, or to check some kind of box. So let's look more into this. Prudence about what, Spirit, for Aries? Prudence about what? The upside down perspective shift. See, it's like when you go down, it opens up into this beautiful like ocean, but it's still, it's chill and it's clear and it's bright. It's not dark and scary. It doesn't feel like you're going into the subconscious mind, with which water and the ocean can represent. It actually feels like clarity. It's like your conscious becomes clear because you hold on to your sovereignty. You hold on to yourself. Okay, and then Queen Bee, authority. Love it. You have authority. I mean, I know you know that. You're Aries. But there's something that's rushing you. What's the feeling? Is it rushing? I don't know if it's rushing, but there's a certain kind of, it's not carelessness either, but it's in that vein. It's like, I just want to get this done. I just want to go forward. I just want to cement this. Let's tie the knot. It doesn't have to be about relationships, but it could be about anything. Like, I just want to, whatever, fill in the blank. But there's something more that you need to see. I'm seeing the time 233. So that might be a significant number. I'm also seeing 91. There's also something about Osiris, the name Ben, and the letter E. Okay? So you have, or Spirit wants to give you a perspective shift to show you that you have more authority in a situation than you think. And that it's important you maintain your authority and not give it away. Okay, somebody could be trying to make some kind of deal with you, have you sign something where you give up your rights to something, or it gives them some kind of ownership over something. I feel like you need to pause for a second and really ask yourself what the long-term consequences of this would be. So let's see the energy supporting you, Aries. Energy supporting Aries. Justice. Yeah, look. And obstacles. So 3 of Wands in reverse with Justice in the upright. And on this card it says truth, fairness. And on the obstacles, 3 of Wands in reverse, it says frustration and creative block. This sticky feeling, this sticky situation might come across to you as an obstacle, as something that's blocking you, but it's not. It's this experience is here to for some of you, like, this is manifesting in a really mundane way. Just for some of you, it's like you have plans to go somewhere, you're going out the door and you need to go back home, but then you get stuck at home for a while doing something else. I don't know. And it's like you feel like you're stuck here and you should have been there and you wanted to go there. Maybe a trip gets canceled or something like that, or the weather doesn't cooperate. this sticky part where you're like, you can't really move forward, it's 100% meant to happen. It's intentional. It's cause and effect. It's there to give you some kind of clarity. It's like in that moment where you're stuck in traffic or you get stuck doing something at home, you realize something you needed to realize. For some of you, it's more profound than that. It's a certain kind of so-called sticky feeling on your spiritual path or in your work or maybe even in your relationship. But just as the scales are showing up twice here for you in your supportive energy, okay, so let's see what's challenging you, Aries. Perspective shift is needed. The upside down. You need to go down with the horse. Interesting. The universe in reverse. And then a whole bunch of cards. So let's just take one more. It says decadence on it and stagnation, regress. And weakness, strength in reverse, helplessness and insecurity. Decadence. I hope you're not settling for something, telling yourself that you are asking for too much, and rather just stick with that feeling. You decide to sacrifice something in order to move forward. Don't do that. I mean, sometimes we do need to do that. Sometimes our expectations are out of whack, okay? But I don't feel that here. If there's something you really want, or the way you feel like, oh, maybe I'm just being decadent, or maybe I'm asking for the world, I'm asking for too much here, you're not. Yeah, and the world in reverse again is like a stop in movement, stop in travel, like you hit a wall just before the completion of something. And there's something around you, within you, or maybe people outside of you, making you feel weak for not being able to master something, complete something, go somewhere, know something. And you could feel helpless to this situation. Something could be out of your hands. Now's not the time to feel insecure, although acknowledge those feelings if they come up. Now's the time to regain your authority, because something has been kind of gnawing at it, your authority or your confidence, or somebody's trying to get you to slip from your position of power in a sense. Okay? Discontent, the sun in reverse. Somebody says mania on here and pessimism. Somebody who isn't very happy around you. Okay? It could also be you with yourself, high priestess, repression, but I feel like there's some kind of outside force calling to you, trying to get you not to listen to your intuition. Okay? You should listen to your intuition. And if you don't go for an opportunity, it's not because you're weak and you're insecure. Not in this instance. It's because you see that there's something else going on, and you have to find out what that is first before you can say yes to something. You need a different perspective on the situation. So let's get the tarot out and see what we get for you, Aries. I hope this is helpful for you. One of these things is not like the other. I feel like that saying will help you. Okay. For some of you, there's some document you're looking at and something doesn't make sense. There's a weird timestamp or name or email address, or something's not like how it should be. Or maybe Spirit's just giving me that image as a metaphor. There's some detail, though, that you need to see, that you need to pay attention to. Okay, can we get more information, Spirit? Let's get the spread out for Aries. But this isn't a message to be pessimistic about something or suspicious, but rather to follow your hunch, to honor your intuition, and any kind of pauses or obstacles that are coming on your path, to think about, to stop for a second and think about, is there some reason why this has happened? Could there be a larger purpose for this situation to be happening now? 3. You could be counting down the days to something, or someone around you is. There feels like it's pressure. That's what it is. It's pressure that you might feel from yourself or from someone around you. Pressure to succeed, pressure to be bigger, pressure to be more successful, pressure to just get the ball rolling. This is interesting. Strengthen the upright for the outcome. And in your challenge, it's in reverse. In the energy's challenging you. So you are going to rectify something. You will turn this strength card right side up. But right now, it's upside down so that you can have a perspective shift. Okay, so your overall energy is the 9 of Cups. This is abundance. It's also having more than you could ask for. Some of you might be indulging a little bit more than usual. This is also, of course, getting a wish, wanting something really badly and getting it. Before the 9 of Cups, we have the 8 of Cups. Someone didn't find emotional fulfillment in a situation, so they have to leave it behind. And it's a good thing they do. They're brave enough to actually do that because they go towards the 9 of Cups, seeing that there's actually more than they even anticipated there could be. So this is where you are. So you've recently overcome a major challenge. You've recently experienced the 8 of Cups. So let's find out a little bit more. 3 of Wands. Yeah, your vista is opening. Your vision is beginning to open. There's optimism here. But then pessimism in the energy challenging you. But this is the force that's kind of driving you, the pressure of your own positivity in a sense, or the pressure of your own ambition, the pressure of your own vision. And it's good that you have this vision, or there's things that you're hopeful for, and that you can see things on the horizon coming together for you. Spirit wants you to hold that vision, but don't feel pressured so much so that you lose your freedom, sovereignty, integrity. Don't sacrifice something. And I'm seeing a cup fall off this table. Yeah, it's almost like you're ready to just say, okay, well, I'll just go back to 8 cups so that I can move forward quicker. But you forget that the 8 of Cups, how hard that was. I don't know what this is about for everyone. I wish I did, though. That's why I keep saying it. I wish I did. Okay, let's see. I just feel guided to pull one of these. Father. Ooh. Pressure from the masculine side of yourself or energy around you. Masculine energy around you. What about the father? What about the father? Maybe some of you have become a father recently. Dreams. Are you dreaming about masculine energy? It could represent your father or the father archetype in your dreams. But see, father and dreams is again authority. Spirit's asking you to reclaim your authority, but the authority card here is showing up as the queen bee, more of a mother archetype. So perhaps that's what you need to see, the perspective shift. I said ship, okay? That you can have authority and power in your life, in the next experience, in this unfolding process of whatever's going on, relationship, work, spirituality, whatever it is for you, creative projects. You can have that authority, but it can be driven by the feminine force, which is creative, open, patient, willing to pause and explore the mysterious, the void, the moon energy. Whereas the father, the sun in reverse we saw, right, is like, go, go, go. Let's do it. We've built the plan. We have the structure. Let's keep punching forward. And I feel like Spirit is saying here, you can still have your dream, but there's a different approach to take. Gentle, the water aspect, right? It's more freeing. Okay, so I don't know what you're doing. You're making spreadsheets, or you're trying to lay down some rules with something. I don't know. There's something that's very paternal in your energy that is not the best tool to use to go after what you want. You need a more maternal energy, including taking care of yourself, mothering yourself in the process. All right, Queen of Pentacles for what you don't see coming. This is that stuck feeling. The sticky, gooey. She's not going anywhere. Her feet are planted and she's looking down at this pentacle, thinking about what she wants to do with it. What does this mean to her? What does this mean to you? I feel like that's what you're also going to find out for yourself. What does this really mean for you, this dream? Aries. What do you really want? Maybe it's a few things. Why? What does that mean to you? What does that mean for you? I feel like that's a very important question to ask. And you'll come up with a whole bunch of things. One of these things is not like the other, though. So the different things that you come up with, what's the thing that sticks out the most? Why do you really want this job? Why do you really want direction in life? Why do you really want more psychic abilities? Why do you really want to tap into the fifth dimension? I don't know. Why do you really want, did I say relationship, job? I don't know, whatever it is. Why do you really want it? What does it do for you? Maybe go through it like an ego level, a soul level, financial level, figure some things out here. I feel like this is really helpful. Knight of Cups. Whatever you want is coming to you. You're already in the Nine of Cups, and here comes some energy bringing a 10th cup towards you as you consider why it is that you really want it. So when you receive the cup, you know exactly why you're receiving it, why you're going to take the cup. Or maybe you'll decide you don't want it. I don't know. But someone's coming in with an offer, and they're pretty optimistic about you taking it. But some more evaluation needs to be done first. You need a clearer mind about something. Okay? So your opportunity is the Eight of Swords, and this makes sense with the energy. This is that, going into the water with the horse. Something playing out over in your mind over and over again. Certain thought, sentence, someone else's voice. What's playing out in your head? What's on repeat? Is there literally a song you're listening to on repeat? What are you listening to on social media repetitively? It's telling you something. Okay, your opportunity is to look at that thought form or that emotion or that content or whatever it is for you, to really look at it. Because what is there? What is in that? Six of Wands, victory. Because whatever it is that's going round and round in your mind or in your energy is shaping and defining how you see your own success. Maybe it's something you're comparing yourself to. Maybe it's something you're aspiring to be. Maybe you think if you work this out, then you will finally be valued or be victorious. Can you give me some more? Bad influence. Okay. I was wondering, is this something good or bad? Well, Spirit's just clarified. It's a bad influence, something that you're, something that's on repeat. Shadow work, I'm seeing. Nobody. Shadow work. Difficult. And one other card fell over. Lying to myself. Okay. So whatever that is, you need to work that out, because you're somehow associating this thought form or whatever you keep thinking about as crucial to your success, or that you really want a victory. How am I going to be victorious? How am I going to be seen as successful? How am I, whatever. Why is this a bad influence? Where's it going? Well, you're going backwards with it. The Two of Wands. You're putting yourself at a crossroads. It's like, I either become this or do this or get this or heal that or nothing at all. I don't know. There's something here that you're making way more important than it really needs to be. Ace of Wands. You need to refresh. I'm seeing someone refresh a browser. It's like you need to refresh your mind. Something's on repeat. Refresh it. Listen to a new song. Tell a new story to yourself. There's something here. Watch a different genre of movies. I don't know what it is. Okay, talk to someone new. There's a bad influence in your energetic field. And it's making you feel like you're not the person that you want to be. Or it's trying to do that in some way. It's complicating your idea of success and victory. There's too much ego involved there. Okay, so I feel like your opportunity is to really look at that. Now, your challenge is the 10 of Cups. This is funny. 9 of Cups is your current energy. Knight of Cups, someone coming in that you don't see coming. And then the 10 of Cups is the challenge. So someone comes in with an offer. It could be a love offer, or it could be something that you see will expand your energy or expand your creativity. And the way you see is like, oh, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I want. But why is it a challenge? Maybe because it's linked to this thought form that you need to work through. An ego desire or something from the past that you've already accomplished. You don't need to redo. I don't know. Let me see. Why is the 10 of Cups the challenge here, Spirit? The Sun. Why is this a challenge? Caution. Well, something might seem too good to be true. The Sun, the 10 of Cups. Right? How could that be a challenge? Caution. Something might seem too good to be true. And you should listen to that. Long term. Right. Didn't I say something about that in the beginning? You need to think about the long-term effects, the long-term possibilities of this thing. What are you giving up to move towards it? Or is there actually a future here that you can see? Okay, your advice is the 5 of Pentacles. This goes back to the shadow work for sure. Yeah, like, look, you need to be prudent. When we're in the 5 of Pentacles, we feel destitute or low on finances, or we're physically ill, or we feel spiritually depleted, or we feel left out, not included, forgotten. The biggest challenge is staying with that feeling and helping ourselves through it, and not going outside of ourselves for a quick fix. That's the biggest challenge, is actually staying with the 5 of Pentacles feeling to figure out how we can heal from this. What got us to this feeling? What got us to this place? And how can we change it for ourselves? How can we move to the 6 of Pentacles, but where we give ourselves what we need, rather than going outside of ourselves and, moving on to the next, forgetting it, a rebound of some sort. because it's like that never-ending story scene, you know? The horse is going down to it's sad, you know? It's like a death that's happening. But Spirit's saying there's a rebirth if you go down too. If you sit with that, if you stay with that feeling, if you stay with the horse, then there's a rebirth. Eight of Cups. Interesting. You know, Aries, I feel like you walked away from something in the past, but there is a never-ending story here. There is something cyclical in this whole reading. Perhaps there's one last thing to let go of. Or maybe this opportunity that's coming towards you is taking you backwards. What's going on? The Chariot. See, I feel like Spirit is saying, of course we want to get out of this energy. We want to walk away from the Five of Pentacles, this feeling. And you will, and yeah, you should, for sure. Nobody, don't stay in the Five of Pentacles forever, but don't ignore it either. Don't just slap a Band-Aid on it and hope it heals when it's a huge-ass wound. You know what I mean? I feel like you could really have something, but the way that you're going about it is like just a little bit too much on the surface. You need to go deeper into the energy field of the thing you want. And you can only do that by doing this kind of work where you look at the difficult things that you've been lying to yourself about, where you reclaim authority of your path, where you get a different perspective. That's the way that you move forward, with prudence too, and bravery and courage, determination, Athena energy, the feminine warrior energy. Okay? I'm hearing which is a considerate energy. So I'm a little bit, let me get 3D, where it's not just all in your mind and hopes and dreams and fantasies, but you learn how to get out of something maybe, or you learn how to implement something in the 3D. Can I get one more for the advice? Okay, in deep, we have a couple. Passive aggressive and guessing game. If there's any situation where there's passive aggressive behavior, or it's your own, it's just creating more of a guessing game, and you're only going to get deeper and deeper into that kind of confusion and chaos should you continue to go along with that. Okay, you create your own reality in the 3D, and it shouldn't be a guessing game unless you want it to be. Okay? So strength as your outcome. I'm hearing resolve. And working with that part of you, that lion part of you that has a lot of courage and authority and determination. And being able to tame it and saying, relax, we're going to get to where we want to go. We're going to get the things we need, but we need to just chill for a second and really explore what it is that's at stake in this decision, what it is that I might not be seeing. Let's look at this obstacle as an opportunity. And here you are, calming that part of you that's ferocious and is saying, no, we're the king. We're gonna just go forward. And you're like, true strength. Interesting. Is holding on to your integrity, even when the reward is dangling right in front of you. And if it requires you to give up your integrity, it's not really a reward at all. Justice again. the Fool, Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Look, you're defending yourself. And then the Three of Cups in reverse. See, this is that outside influence, bad influence. I don't know who these people are, what this is, but there's something they're trying to convince you of, directly or indirectly, that you really need to stand your ground against. Okay? Because you will get that new vision that you've been manifesting in your mind. But only when the scales are balanced. Only when you really look at what's in front of you. Really look at it, even if it's difficult. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I'm going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we go layer deeper. We see what else wants to come through. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you can't go to that or you don't want to, trust that Spirit gave you everything you needed right here. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.